everyone, it's D-Man number 5, and in occasion to the release of No Way Home coming out soon, I have decided to watch all the Spider-Man movies in order, all the way from Raimi to Webb to the Venom movies, then to the Holland movies, and then, since there was new Into the Spider-Verse trailer, into Spider-Verse. Hey guys, it's D-Man number 5, and tonight, I'm reviewing both the Mark Webb Spider-Man movies starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and many others. Let's start with the first one. I like this one, actually, because it felt kind of like an MCU movie. It felt a little bit more serious. And yeah, I get many people like the Maguire movies because they're comic book and everything. As much as I praise the Maguire movies, some of them, I like this one a little bit more because it's not too corny. It's a little bit more serious. And the romance feels real. I think it's because Mark Webb used to do romantic movies, and it really shows between the romance between Gwen and Peter. And can I just say that Andrew Garfield is hands down my favorite Spider-Man to this day. He looks like Parker. He kind of acts like Parker, and he's a really good Spider-Man with or without the mask. And even when he's just like being silent, he's really good at like giving facial emotion. Emma Stone is pretty good as Gwen Stacy. She's not as annoying, and she actually does something in this movie. I'm not shitting on Mary Jane. I like Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane a lot. She played the part perfectly, but I kind of like it when female characters like actually do something cool in the movies. And in this one, she like is fucking MacGyver against the lizard with the blowtorch and everything. That was really cool. How she was like standing up for herself and saying, "No, I'm gonna stay here and get the antidote ready." That was really cool. Yeah, so those two both are great. Dennis Leary's in this movie. He owns it. I love Dennis Leary so much. One of my top 5 favorite comedians. Right up there with Bill Burr, Burt Kreischer, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Adam Sandler, Jerry Seinfeld, all the others. Dennis Leary is he brings a little bit of like real world, like when he's arguing with Peter, he's like, "You seem to know a lot about this case. Is there anything not telling us?" I'm like, "Yes, you would actually say that," and it makes sense. He brings like a little bit of surreality and like he asks like real questions about it, and his death at the end, sad, but yet I always feel, I think this is what Into the Spider-Verse got right, is that Spider-Man needs to have a reason to keep fighting, and why. Like, in Into the Spider-Verse, he's been told by Spider-Man himself that he's got to like stop Kingpin. In this one, at the end, the chief of police basically says, "You gotta keep fighting, but you gotta keep Gwen out of it." That is passing the torch and giving you a rule to follow. I love that. And I think Dennis does it really well. The lizard in this movie is pretty cool. I like the lizard. I'm not really a big lizard fan, but whenever he's on screen or whenever he's a character in the shows, I'm like, all right, sweet, the lizard. And I kind of like how he incorporates himself into film, and I like how him and Parker work off each other. Sorry, I got a bit of an itch. Might be a spider bite. What else? The effects in this movie are great. I want to say this that isn't said that much. When you see Spider-Man web swinging in movies, do you really feel like you're there? Like, you really feel like you can feel the weight of when he's swinging, and then like when it latches on something, and then he just goes like this and then keeps swinging? That's what I feel in these movies. I feel like I'm actually like, I feel the weight of the web and him holding on to it. Even the first person's perspective shots, I feel the weight of those scenes and the weight of him just swinging around. That's what, because people always want to be Spider-Man. You want to feel like you are when you're watching these movies. That's what this movie does for me. I haven't even gotten to the plot yet. The plot is very typical. It's like, it's a reboot to Spider-Man. It's, I didn't get, yeah, so like the first movie, except like, you know, the lizard, and it's a little bit more serious. And Parker doesn't graduate yet, but he's in high school still. In my opinion, I'm fine with Parker being in high school. It's just that, like, if it carries on for one movie, that's fine. If it carries on for another two movies, okay, but at the third, you kind of got to end it. Kind of did all right. What, um, as much as Andrew Garfield looks old in this first movie, he looks okay. I didn't notice it. Some people do. I don't really care. He plays a pretty good Parker, and that's all you need. Flash is great. The guy who plays Flash in this movie is actually a pretty good character. He's actually got a character a little bit instead of just Joe Manganiello, just being there, I guess. Yeah, so the plot of this movie is very good. The one thing I didn't understand is why did we start with Peter's parents leaving? I never really had an interest in Parker's parents. I never really cared. All I thought was like, oh, they either left him or they died in a car accident. He just went to live with Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Oh, Uncle Ben in this movie is pretty good. As much as I love Uncle Ben in the Raimi movies, I kind of like this one a little bit because he feels more like he feels a little bit more lighthearted and serious, and in the Raimi movies they were very Mary and Joseph sweethearts, but these two feel like a couple. Those two feel like a comic book couple. I prefer a little bit both. And my favorite line in that movie is, yeah, just play the clip.
Ben, Parker, don't you even think about leaving that filthy box in my kitchen.
These are my bowling trophies.
Oh, well then, by all means, please, leave that filthy box in my kitchen.
Gets me every time. And what else can I say about this movie? For this first movie, I love it so much. I love Spider-Man. I love The Amazing Spider-Man. I do. As much as people don't like it, I love it, and I think it's a great movie. Hell, I just rewatched all these movies after like years of not seeing them. I still like The Amazing Spider-Man. I feel like it's got a better plot. I feel like it's got really good characters, great acting, great actors, great action, and a great story. And I would rewatch it again and still love it to this day. I even love the little like New York helps Spider-Man. In the Raimi movies, it was up because these movies were made after 9/11. And he kind of had to show like, yeah, New York can fight back. I'm all for that. You gotta show that we can fight back. But it was hype, but it was like a little bit too much. It was a little bit too cartoony. Not cartoony. It's just a little bit too, not goofy, but corny. But I still love it. In this, it's like, just get the cranes and it'll help him swing because he saved my kid. I like that. And I forgot to mention, the scene where Spider-Man saves the, like, worker's kid. That's such a great scene. He, like, takes off his mask. He's like, you gotta keep going, buddy. You gotta keep going. I'm like, that's really heartwarming and so cool. And that's, like, a true hero moment. And that's what makes Peter want to keep being Spider-Man, because he's got to keep saving people like that. And if he doesn't, more people will be hurt. Instead of just going after, like, this guy that killed his uncle. Yeah, he still will, but, like, he's got to help other people, man. Alright. So that's my somewhat review of Spider-Man 2. No, not Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Now moving on to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Talk about too much. They were just like, nah, let's not do Spider-Man 3. Let's just rush to it. This movie does suffer from too many villains. Lots, plots, stories all over the place. Again, some of the villains you could give them their own Spider-Man movies. And really is a shame. But while rewatching this, I forgot how dorky and weird Jamie Foxx's Electro was. I forgot how weird that was. Just him like saying Spider-Man knows me. Out of all the people who he could have saved, he saved me. And I'm special to him. I'm like, okay. And he starts talking to himself. He completely obsesses over Spider-Man. I'm just like, I get it, but a little bit too much. And this is one of the roles where I feel like if you're gonna give them a second chance, Jamie Foxx does deserve a second chance in No Way Home. Because again, watching this movie and seeing him in that blue makeup, oh my god, he looks so ridiculous. Like he just looks so ridiculous. But he looks cool. The music, his soundtrack is amazing. I mean, I can't play it here, but look up the Electro theme from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you ever feel dashly bastardous and just want to like raise hell in your mind, listen to that song. Because that just gets y'all like fucking crazy. The effects in this movie are actually pretty good. Paul Giamatti's in this movie. I can't believe that. I forgot Paul Giamatti's in this movie. He plays the Rhino. And he's so over the top. He's got like Willem Dafoe's like syndrome in it. And yes, these movies sadly get 0 points because no Willem Dafoe or J.K. Simmons are in this movie. J. Jonah Jameson is mentioned once in this movie. He's only on an email. You don't do that. You get someone to play him. The MCU at least had the balls to bring in J.K. Simmons to replay the role. But the acting in this movie is great. Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield do a great job at playing their characters. The one thing I didn't get, why is Dennis Leary a ghost? The famous comedian is a silent ghost. Doesn't work well. Like, it's kind of like making a blind person try to see light. Doesn't really work well. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but you kind of get my point. Like a comedian should not be like a face, like should not be doing face acting. The action in the movie pretty good. The Goblin in this movie. You don't need the Green Goblin in this movie, especially Harry Goblin. Because, man, as much as he does look creepy, it was not needed. Like, really not needed. I'm sorry, it's late. I'm up all night watching these movies, and I got the Venom movies after this, guys. Like, we're on a deadline here and shit. Anyways, say Harry being the Goblin, really not needed. I don't think so. Oh yeah, Felicia Hardy is in this movie, who is Black Cat, and is played by the girl who played Jen Erso in Rogue One. That doesn't have anything, but it's kind of weird. What else? You didn't need to kill off. Oh, have I forgot to mention how many funerals are in Spider-Man movies? Or better yet, which Spider-Man movie doesn't have a fucking funeral in it? 2 out of 7, I think, don't have funerals. And guess which ones they are? Spider-Man 2 from the Raimi movies and Into the Spider-Verse. Both amazing Spider-Man movies end with a goddamn funeral. Enough with the funerals, I swear. If No Way Home ends with a funeral, I'm gonna fucking leave the theater. But yeah, and the movie Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 opens with what happened with Peter's parents. Again, I really did not care. I don't care about the parents. I don't think we really need to know like what happened to them. And you could rewrite the movie, but like you would have to take the parents out and you would have to like kind of fix the whole thing. But it's really not needed. Norman Osborn's in this movie. It's not good, Norman Osborn. He looks like Trump after food poisoning on his deathbed. He looks bad. And yeah. killing off Gwen really wasn't needed. Again, I don't think if you do that again, it's not really gonna be that well because you kind of already ruined it. The ending though was good. I was actually excited to see if there would be an Amazing Spider-Man 3, but nope. Teasing the Sinister Six. Could kind of see what they were going for, but again, like, you're cramming all these storylines into one thing. Oh yeah, magic blood, spider blood. Like, what's with that? I haven't heard a storyline since like Star Trek. The one with like the new Star Trek movies with Khan in it. Like, that was just weird. And like, yeah, I don't like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry if I'm not giving like these many like good reviews on these movies. I'm mainly just giving my opinion, what I like and what I don't like about them, because guys, we only have 3 more days left until No Way Home, and I promise I will give better reviews of these movies. But if we weren't on a tight schedule, I would review the hell out of these movies. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.